So, just wanted to give a quick shout out to the guy who told me that I can't dress comfortably and shit on Hasan. Are you happy? I am now wearing Italian cashmere and a tie from Christian Dior, and I'm wearing Tom Ford perfume. And yeah, I feel like an absolute retard. But I do have a treat in store for us here, so I may as well dress up. The first time I watched this, I was gonna get an aneurysm. Like, I was getting extremely I was getting really fired up, and I just had to take a step away from it. But you know, it's been 2 months now since it's been posted. I've learned patience. I've learned a lot of coping mechanisms. So hopefully I don't die recording this. Hopefully this isn't the last thing I'm recording. Just to let you know, heads up, the wind is quite strong. So you may just hear like, you know, homeless people hitting the walls and all sorts of shit. So we're just gonna take a quick look at this interview between my two least favorite people in the world, I think. This is why, and I'm already starting to get excited, but this is why this is such a treat, because we literally have Trevor Noah, who I've hated since I was the age of 15, and I still hate, and I'll probably go to the grave hating. He's just unfunny and a worthless human being, and it doesn't make any sense that he's one of the most widely known, popular, well-paid comedians, quote unquote, stand up comedians, political commentators, when he's not funny and he knows next to nothing about politics. He's just a talking head. He's one of these people that were, they were pegged as a talking head. I know he had some sort of weird WEF, if you know the World Economic Forum. He was at Davos speaking at one of the young global leaders conferences. I can't find the video. I think I watched the live stream like 2 or 3 years ago, but I can't find the video. If anyone can find that video for me, I'll give you the sloppiest of toppy. But he's just a talking head, clearly. And then we've got two talking heads, actually, and two absolute retards, because Hasan is also, he fits that description to a T. He's just not my countryman. So we've got two of my countrymen in this video. Both of them, I like the other guy a little bit more. He's a little bit more sensible. Trevor Noah is obviously a fucking worm.
Already.
I was saying, if our plane was flying with no turbulence...
Hold on. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw that. So these guys are obviously having the soy man conversation about woman president versus male president, which is like... all this left-right dialectic bullshit is like, you have to probably be the most retarded person on the planet to still care about which party is running your country, because it doesn't really matter who. In the States especially, there's kind of just a uniparty behind the scenes, and we all know who they bow and scrape before. It doesn't really matter who you put in the seat. The ship is still being steered right onto the rocks. It's all over. The only thing that's really awaiting us in the coming years, in the coming decades, is a generational collapse of society, population collapse, financial collapse. All of these things are imminent. Don't fool yourself, you know, not to be a doomer, but it's over, dude. The party's over. So none of this matters. None of the things these people are talking about are actually consequential or matter. Opinion is null and void, it's irrelevant. But Trevor did this very interesting thing now where Hasan tried to interject, and he was like, I was saying, I'm speaking, you're the guest, you sit at my lap, you sit at my feet, at my, you know, you're the dog here. You're the dog, I'm the lord. Because, I mean, first of all, he is paid, he has a bigger platform. And he's not one of these, like, orbiters that Hasan can order around, and he's not a plaything. This guy is actually far more well-connected in terms of the media landscape. Because Hasan wants to be Trevor Noah. He wants to be the establishment guy. He wants to pivot out of the live streaming sphere because his fan base... I hate him. People with sense can't stand him. But no one hates him more, and no one can stand him less than his own fans. is such a cannibalistic. It's all the like revolutionary people, these like revolutionary socialists. They all have the same ethos, the same sort of like their philosophy is just cannibalism. You know, you're never going to be revolutionary enough. You're never going to be, you're always going to be the next target. You're too bourgeois. You're not revolutionary enough. Therefore, you're an enemy of the new phase of the revolution, which is succeeding your phase of the revolution, meaning face the wall. And, you know, he I don't know if he's aware of that. I don't know if he'll actually know that. He's aware of it experientially, as in they're targeting him and they're screaming at him. But I don't know if he's aware of the fact that that's baked into the system, and he'll probably never be, because, you know, he's a mouthpiece. He's a talking head. He's a retard. But I just want to see Trevor son him again.
It's not the time to say, can women do this or not?
Sit down, shut up.
Does that make sense?
He's going to hit him with the sit down,
If
shut
our
up.
plane
You're
was
saying
flying,
men ruined it already.
I was saying, if
I
our
was
plane
saying, I was saying, shut up.
was flying with no turbulence, no crashes,
This is a mute point,
no
by the way.
disasters
Who-
at
who
all.
gives
If
a
our
fuck, dude?
airline, as men, was running right now, how much are you paying for gas? That's the fellas. I don't see any
It's the Jews.
women involved in those negotiations.
It's the Jews.
Invasions?
I'm just
It's the Jews.
saying.
Hillary wanted this anyways.
So
It's
I'm
the
not
Jews,
saying the
dude.
women
Doesn't
will be
matter if it's a
better.
man or a
I'm
woman.
not saying that.
You're not saying they'll be better.
I'm just saying that
They'll be okay.
we should not
What the fuck are we even talking about, dude? I can't stand these
act
people.
like
Vicious anti
he's actually anti-cap.
Yeah.
His father was killed by a cap.
No cap.
And no cap.
Okay,
His
good.
father was killed by a cap.
Okay,
And
good.
his grandfather was killed by a cap.
Yeah.
And from that day onwards, he vowed no cap.
I'm a EFF
So Hasan is obviously a sociopath, and you know he won't ever give it up for anybody because he doesn't understand what humor is, and he doesn't get jokes, and he can't make any. Just a humorless, evil person. And I mean, Trevor Noah is by no means, you know, he's not Norm Macdonald. He's not an actual comedian. He's not funny. He can't riff. He can't. It's so funny that, you know, these people, they're at the upper echelons of the entertainment world. Trevor Noah is supposed to be the premier comedian. You know, he's a late night. Everybody that knows what comedy is knows that late night shows are not funny, and they haven't been for an. Conan was probably the only funny host of the late night show. People praise Jay Leno. Don't really give a fuck, but. And, you know, it's a bygone era is the point that I'm trying to make here. But, you know, I mean, the lack of... It's just no one at this table is funny. And they're all trying to be. It's just so painful. It's just so painful. I'd rather... At this point, I would rather put my penis in one of those pencil sharpeners with the crank than be at this table. I would only be at this table if I get to bring that briefcase that they tried to kill Hitler with and just put it underneath Hasan's seat. That's the only reason that I would be at this table, is to blow up and kill everybody else in the room.
loyalist.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Lying.
He's saying that he's an EFF. By the way, he's doing this to get brownie points. He's trying to score brownie points
tell me
by
why.
saying, you know, I like the EFF. No one at this table likes the EFF. This guy is rich as fuck. He doesn't want a bunch of poor people coming into his mansion, cutting his head off, playing soccer with it, and then burning the mansion down. Also, this is like the fundamental understanding of it, this is like the pop understanding of it. But if you actually look at the ethos, if you understand what it is, you will understand that it's just a siphon for wealth, okay? And it's going to siphon wealth away from the lower classes, which it's supposed to empower, into the upper classes, into the philosophical elite, into the people that funded the revolution to begin with, that funded those parties to begin with. Those are the people that benefit from it. It's for the internationalist. That's why David Rockefeller was pro-Chinese Communist Party. Okay, that's why they facilitated the moving of the American labor force to China. That's why they gave the Russians all of these loans. Wall Street and the Bolshevik Revolution by Anthony C. Sutton is an incredible read. If you want to know about this, that's the book to read. But yeah, again, I don't know why I'm making logical arguments. I should just be screaming about how retarded they are. Because truly they are retarded. They are retarded. But none of these people like the EFF. No one likes the EFF. No one likes the EFF. By the way, I can tell you who does like the EFF. But it would be anti-Semitic. It would be anti-Semitic if I told you who loves the EFF. But I would be an anti-Semite if I told you. So I'm gonna be a good goy and keep my mouth shut.
I'm just kidding. I mean,
and Hasan doesn't like that, by the way.
I think the environment of panic around him is very funny.
That is now demonstrating and picketing against foreign immigrants, and is saying there's a deadline by the 30th of June. All the illegal immigrants must be gone.
We always have that.
This guy's wearing the most South African outfit I think I've ever seen in my entire life. This like white t-shirt, denim jacket thing. It's like every second or third guy that has like a little bit of money dresses this way. And they always have like a Gucci shirt on or some shit and like jeans that are embarrassingly skinny and like shoes that don't match. Like they'll be wearing those like Y3 fucking half boot sneakers, which no one should own or wear, with like skinny jeans or like Adidas sweatpants and then a Gucci shirt. Just the worst combination of clothing.
All the illegal immigrants must be gone.
Yeah,
for his crowd.
He went off the deep end on 2 World.
Yeah.
They were like, we love when you were singing Kill the Boar.
By the way, this is like, I don't know when this was recorded. It was uploaded 2 months ago. I'm assuming it may have been recorded a month prior. The use of the term woke, insane. Who still says woke? Who still says woke? Again, by the way, who is still on the side of left or right, dude? It's over. That's over. Everyone should literally just be, be aware of the fact that whoever you vote in to power, whoever becomes president, whoever your elected official is, probably a satanic pedophile, probably compromised by, some intelligence agency or by some foreign power. Probably corrupt, probably not going to do anything to benefit you or your family or to make anything better at all, aside from for the people that are in their satanic pedophile cult. Everybody else, get fucked. You're a worm, you're a bug, you should eat bugs, you should live like a worm, you should scurry out of sight if you're in public and these people come by. You should be like a stain on the ground. If you're in their way, you should just be reduced to a pile of ash to clear the way for them. So I mean, thinking that just by an election you're going to make things better for yourself is so ridiculous.
You started talking about this Pan-African nationalist movement.
Maybe locally, but not, on a national level. And also this retard just said Pan-African nationalist movement, which I'm pretty sure is an oxymoron, because if something's national, then it means it's within the borders of that country. So by definition, it would be a Pan-African internationalist movement. Boom, clap, you're a retard. Shut up. He shouldn't be allowed to speak. This guy, you shouldn't be allowed out in public. You shouldn't be allowed to interact with other people. He should really just be, as I am right now, confined to a closed space, streaming for like 9 hours a day, just going insane, screaming at his chat for calling him all sorts of just his chat calling him out. First of all, rightfully calling him out, and second of all, just being the result of the kind of people that he surrounded himself with in the first place. He should just suffer from the consequences of his actions and decisions perpetually, until he's never going to retire. So because whoever has him by the balls, they're not going to let him go until they've squeezed every drop of juice out of him. So he'll probably go insane and blow his head off or something, or he'll have like an emotional breakdown and run through the streets of West Hollywood naked, which will result in him getting raped to death or something. But yeah, it's just, you know, this guy should not be allowed to interact with other human beings.
You're more palatable.
Oh,
Is
interesting.
Is
Remember
he young?
He was young.
Okay, I was
So
gonna.
now
say
he doesn't
no,
look
that's
so
a good
young
point.
anymore. Yes,
That's
when,
interesting.
when you see those images of Nelson Mandela being defiant, Rivonia trial, he was young. Chris Hani, when he just came back from exile, he was young. So he was also the young guy in the ANC telling people that their time is
lost
up.
their way.
Yeah, but now when you look old, but you still fighting, people are like, no. At some point, you have to, you know. And Andrew Tate with a grey beard would not fly.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
a
I'm
gray
saying
beard.
with a grey beard.
With a gray beard. Oh,
yeah,
God.
and if he's 17,
I'm starting to get a gray beard. Fuck.
Oh, you got a few more years of revolutionary in you, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Actually,
Few more years of grifting, if that, you know, God, God willing, this ends, you know, God willing, this is just, it should just be over. It should never have started in the first place. This guy shouldn't have money. He shouldn't have a following. He's an actual retard. He doesn't make any sense. You know, he can't think on his feet. He's impersonable. He's just like, it's a nightmare. This whole thing is a nightmare. The fact that he is being propped, I'm pretty sure he's being propped up. I'm pretty sure they're like sending traffic his way for some reason. I just can't figure out why. I think he's like jingling keys for people. I don't know who is jingling keys for. Those people, they wouldn't be doing anything anyways. It's not like they're going to be doing anything anyways. It's not like he's like a diversion for people that will be enlightened. After he fades into obscurity, these people will just become consumers of some other terrible content and just consumers in general overall. It's not like these are the revolutionary, you know, these aren't the people that are revolutionaries. They're not going to be making any change at all. So it's just, these are all like parasocial retards that, you know, they're afraid to leave their house. They're not going to be doing anything. They can't interact with anyone at all.
let me ask you a question. I always wonder this for anyone who gets to step into an environment that they haven't been into. If you walk into a room now, like you've walked into this podcast, right? How would you introduce yourself? And how do you think?
Trevor, you get paid to speak. Your job is to speak. Can you get it? Spit it out, dude. Spit it out. It's your job. This is how it's his living. The only thing he does to make money is speak. He doesn't do anything else. If it's on stage, if it's behind the desk, if it's in front of a camera, his job is to speak. Why the fuck can't he form a single sentence, dude? You live in a mansion. You have multiple homes. Please wake the fuck up.
This is an interesting question. I don't think about it at all. But I would introduce myself as I'm Hasan Piker. That's it. If people ask me what I do for a living, I just say I'm a political commentator.
Okay, that's then they would say like, "Oh, what do you?"
He's so retarded, dude. I feel like his eyes are really close together. Can we please stop pretending like this guy is like the peak of male attraction? He's just not. He's just not that attractive, okay? I'm not saying I'm a looker by any means. It's not like, you know, I'm not comparing myself to this guy in terms of a scale of attraction, which I think I am more attractive than him. I'm bad. But this is just, his ears, I don't know, he has like a very, it's like a civilized country bumpkin look about him, but he just doesn't look like a handsome guy. He doesn't look attractive, dude.
People ask me what I do for a living, I just say
it's very off-putting. I guess he has like decent proportions, but he just looks like, you can tell the beard is doing a lot of, it's like heavy lifting coming from the beard here. I don't think he has a strong facial harmony. I don't think he has like refined features about him, really, like masculine, high cheekbones, strong jawline. I don't think he has any of that shit. I think, you know, he's just kind of tall and he lifts weights. So,
okay,
know,
and then they would say like,
really
"Oh, what politics do you
like,
commentate on?"
Not horribly disfigured.
Well, it depends. If I'm talking to a Border Patrol agent. This did happen. This happens a lot. I'm leaving
So
Canada.
funny.
I was on a day trip. I talked to Gabor Mate at the Web Summit.
It's canned laughter. It may as well be canned laughter. You know what I mean? I think that was. It's
Vancouver.
about as forced as laughter gets.
And I realized I have a jacket on. There's a hammer and sickle pin that a fan of mine gave me. It's on the jacket. I'm wearing a Democratic Socialist of America, New York City. I immediately take it off. I rip the pin off, and I walk up to the counter. And the guy's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's a day trip. That's strange. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a speaker." And he's like, "Oh, what do you talk about? Like, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm an influencer."
Dude, I'm tired. This is exhausting. Just listening to
this
story is
on? What
exhausting.
do you speak on? And I was like, "Well, you know."
What are you? What is he even talking about, dude? What is he even talking about, man? He's obviously feigning persecution here by saying, you know, Border Patrol agents are going to do what to him exactly? Because he's not a foreigner necessarily. I'm pretty sure he has an American citizenship because he constantly speaks about how he's not patriotic about the States. He's said that he's a white person before. So it's like, what's the point you're trying to get at here? Is that you may come under fire for your political opinions at the border because I don't know. What the fuck is the point? He's acting as though they're going to put him in a cage. You're not, no one's going to look at you and be like, that guy needs to be arrested because he's not supposed to be here.
He's like, "So are you
acting
a
persecuted? I'm a victim. It's just being a victim again.
He knew you.
And I was like, "No, I just talk about lifestyle."
He knew you.
Perpetual victim.
No, if he knew me, he would have kept me.
He was in the world.
No,
he was in the world.
Really?
Wait, so were you going into Canada or
No,
leaving?
I was leaving Canada, but the American Border Patrol is inside of Canada.
It's a typical hack thing, by the way. Typical boring hack. No personality, nothing of interest, nothing of intrigue. No, just a boring person. You know, shouldn't be given a microphone. Shouldn't be paid to speak at all. Should have no eyes on them. To just be like, oh, I traveled, and this is what happened when I was traveling. This was the travel arrangement. Maybe this was my lodging. It's like, stop padding for time. This is small talk shit, by the way. This is small talk
It's
when you're
good.
speaking to someone and they don't know what to say to you and you don't know what to say to them. They'll start telling you about how they were traveling. It's one step above talking about the weather. And honestly, I would rather talk about the weather because I'm currently experiencing the weather. I'm not experiencing your flight or your check-in or your run-in with airport security. Wasn't there. There was no video. I don't give a fuck, okay? Unless you're Dustin Poirier and you're threatening to beat someone up and then saying the N-word, even though you're white and you're not actually white. If it's not something exciting, you know, if there's no one streaking, running around naked, throwing up on themselves, if you don't walk in on someone fucking in the bathrooms, I don't give a fuck what your flight was like. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. I don't care. We're not family. I don't care. The plane that you're on could crash, and I wouldn't give a fuck.
Because like usually those guys are more woke. Like those Border Patrol guys are more woke
on that side.
On the American than the American ones, I think. So they just kind of go, all right, well, you're fine. Get in there.
Yeah, but the reason I ask you is because you...
Pointless story. Pointless story.
Especially right now, you have such an insane reputation that precedes you, depending on where people get their news.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
His reputation is that he abuses animals. That's the only time that I've ever seen anyone say anything confrontational. No one speaks about his political takes. No one even knew him before that shit. No one cares. All the people that watch him again, they never leave their house. The only time that I've seen him be harassed whatsoever was once by Matan, which was masterful. Phenomenal play. Thank you, Matan Evan, doing God's work. Second time, and all the subsequent times have just been for the fact that he abuses his dog. No one else gives a fuck, by the way. So it's just like,
I find it
shut
so
up,
interesting.
dude.
So
Point.
if you read, let's say, what people would term mainstream or legacy media, you know, like old newspapers and stuff like that, I would...
No, Trevor, no. It's not just newspapers. It's what you do. That's mainstream. You're mainstream. You're legacy media. No one gives a fuck about it anymore. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear. So, I mean, it's never gonna happen. These people have like billionaires backing them and shit. It's just like, you know what I mean? He's flying out to Sweden and getting hookers and meeting Klaus Schwab, and they jack each other off behind a curtain or whatever the fuck they do up there. So he's never gonna go away, unfortunately. But you know, it's gonna be a Ben Shapiro situation where you're still getting all the money from the government, but no one's watching. So it just doesn't make any sense that you're making films and shit, but you know, there's no money coming in from organic viewership. So everyone knows that you're like, it's a farce, it's a cutout, it's been a scam.
Say that
you know?
you're categorized
Can't wait for
as
Can't wait for
an
that, man.
extreme leftist who is like radical. That's what they say, right? And then if I go on like Twitch or
Bro, get a haircut, bro. Please. Dog, please get a haircut. What the fuck is going on? Like, actually, what the fuck is going on with his hair? He didn't comb it. He didn't, like, wet it at all. There's no product in it. It's like, bro, do something. You know what I mean? Do fucking something with your hair, bro. You can't just grow it. You can't just grow. What are you, Red Foo?
any of like the younger...
As a brown man, dude. From brown man to brown man, nigga, get a haircut.
Web places,
What
wherever
the
they are.
fuck are you doing,
People
bro?
are like, yeah, this is Hasan's
Put
a
some
political commentator.
deep condition your shit, bro. Let your curls, bro. Love your hair. Love your hair. No one else is gonna love your hair. Love your hair, bro. You have so much money. He has so much money. Why does he still look like absolute
Who's actually
shit?
speaking about what's happening and is not afraid to tell his truth. So I want to know if you position yourself in one place or if you're just a human being navigating, like how do you position yourself?
I'm just a normal guy. So from my perspective,
Said no normal guy ever. I'm just a normal guy. Darkness behind
How do
those
you position
eyes.
yourself?
I'm just a normal guy.
Sounds like he's on trial. Look at his eyes, dude. Look at him. Look at his eyes, man. The eyes, Chico. He's clearly not just a normal guy. He's clearly not. No normal guy says, I'm just a normal guy. Never. Not once in history. I'm pretty sure if you look up, like, victims' reports, John Wayne Gacy probably said, I'm just a normal guy.
So from my
Okay.
perspective, I just see myself as a regular dude who
Sociopath's
has a lot
answer.
of strong opinions and isn't afraid to talk about those opinions. And I know that sounds almost like a political
Even the way
answer,
that he
but it's
speaks
just
is
true.
robotic.
I don't think of myself as like a famous person. I don't think of myself as like a dangerous radical, obviously.
Lies.
I just want what's best, what I think.
Clearly lying. Have you ever, like, caught a child in the act of doing something and they're trying to explain their way out of it? Because this guy is like, he's frozen as like a 13-year-old. His personality froze at like 12. I don't know why. It may just be because he's never experienced any sort of hardship and he's never had to endure any sort of suffering. So he's not actually a human being. He's like a construct of a person, and that construct is what he projects to people when he has to interact with them, which is why he says he has like social anxiety, because he's not a person and he has to put on an act every time he speaks to people. But just you can tell he's like trying to lie his way out of you don't know why. I don't know why he can't just be honest, but he's clearly not being honest. He's putting on this sort of like performative act where it's like, I'm not rich, I'm not famous, I don't think of myself as rich or famous, I am just a person, I'm just a guy. It's like, bro, clearly you're so rigid. You're so rigid. You don't believe what you're saying. And we don't either. We know that you're lying.